What's good, WWE 2K fans? It's your boy Jay, aka Darkchild80, back with part 3 of WWE 2K We Need to Talk. If you are interested in part 1 and 2, I will go ahead and post a link in the description so you guys can go ahead and check that out at your earliest convenience. Just to give a little background about what this series is about, I am basically just voicing my grievances and pet peeves about the WWE 2K series. In the past couple of videos, we already kind of touched on the lack of realism in certain aspects of the game, as well as features that are kind of underutilized. And I think I'm going to continue with that direction for this video and just talk about the lack of overall substance, like just for a match in its entirety. Now, one of the main things that come to mind for me is going to be the chain wrestling. Chain wrestling is just one of those features that I feel like that they are really kind of dropping the ball on. I mean, because there's so much that they could do with that system. As it stands right now, it seems like they have chain wrestling for, you know, the technical style wrestlers, but they don't really include anybody else. Like the powerhouse guys, you know how they do like the test of strength? I mean, you don't see any of that. Even some of the cruiserweight guys, you know, like the quick back and forth sequences that appear so awesome in real life, you know, on screen. I would like to be able to do some of that stuff, or just, you know, at least see it to some capacity. And even like heel versus face kind of stuff, where they kind of go back and forth or whatever, or like if you have a heated rivalry, just being able to like just brawl for a brief moment, you know, to kind of get the crowd in it. Also things like when it gets mid-match, or I guess it's kind of getting down and both guys are kind of winded, you know, they kind of go back and forth with the strike battles. As the crowd is getting into it, you know, they're cheering for a guy or they're booing them, stuff like that. And also the top rope battles. Now, pretty much every time you see two guys on the top ropes, like if somebody's trying to go for a superplex or something, there's always like a little mini back and forth battle. That move never just happens like that. They'll put the guy on the top rope and then, like, you know, maybe exchange a couple of strikes. And then, you know, I guess the winner of that strike battle will go ahead and perform like a superplex or whatever, some kind of avalanche move, whatever they have in their repertoire. That's not really represented in the 2K series. I mean, it's just like, you know, you plop the guy on the top rope and then you follow up and land your move, like say, of course, unless it's reversed or something like that. But I mean, it's just those back and forth kind of things like that you don't really see in matches. And, you know, that kind of stuff, it really takes away from the realism and the immersion that you can get out of a match, you know, if you're, you know, really just paying attention to those details. Like even, you know, the double count out stuff, like both guys are down and the ref starts counting. You know, it's just like where both guys are trying to struggle to get back to their feet, stuff like that, man. I mean, like, I don't know why that this game lacks in that kind of stuff. I mean, and that those are the kind of things that are seen in an entirety of a match. For the game not to really represent any of that, that's another huge problem for me, especially like I'll keep saying, you know, in a game that is supposed to represent a simulation style, meaning that, you know, what we see on TV should be pretty much what we're getting. For the past few years or so, chain wrestling, ever since it's really pretty much been introduced, I mean, there has really like been no significant changes or upgrades or anything like that. You may get some cool animations like here and there, you know, obviously with the Shinsuke Nakamura stuff, where he puts his head on their chest and kind of swings his arms, you know, stuff like that. But I would like to see more really tailored to, I guess, the type of wrestler that you are. I mean, like, say, if you got two brawlers, man, I mean, they should trade blows, you know, like the whole kind of fighting spirit thing, you know, to see who gains the upper hand mid-match or when the match is winding down to those critical moments. The top rope battles, bringing that back, just inject some realism, like the things that we see for real to, you know, kind of help out with the match flow and how things, you know, flow kind of organically from the start to the finish of a match. I want them to kind of encompass everything, like I said, from if a guy's a heel, just something to kind of give the match its own kind of personality so you can better tell a story. So anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Like I said, I will continue to keep this series going. So, I mean, I hope you guys like it. Until the next video, deuces.